Hello everyone, BlackIce here, and we are live with Pokemon Uranium, the Grindy stream. It's gonna happen, it's here. I guess that's about it, so let's get started. Apparently I left off in the Pokemon Center last time. It was probably after the last episode. It was highly recommended that I get stronger before taking on this gym leader. Alright, we're at Snowbank Town. Let's see, if I have any repels, that would be nice. It'll get me to where I want to be a little bit sooner. I have an EXP share, it's probably not going to be super useful. We have one max repel. Do we have super repels? I thought we did somewhere. Yeah, we have 17 of those, so I'm just going to burn the max repel for now. Where is it? There it is. Okay, well, not yet, actually. Alright, and we're going to train up our Pokemon so we could take on the next gym in the next episode of Pokemon Uranium. And I think a good place to train up would actually be... I can't think of the... Oh, I forgot to use the repel. Dang it. Yeah, and Kolarva is only level 32, so not worth battling here, unfortunately. Alright, now, we'll use the repel for real. Jeez, I am a dummy sometimes. Use the max repel, very good. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully, I don't know. It might be counting me as a viewer, I'm not sure. I think Twitch did that. I don't know if YouTube does that. Oh, it's an ice puzzle. Oh, this is like so easy. For a second, I was actually a little concerned, but then I remembered they're not really puzzles so much as obstacles that are just there. Is this the way to the cave? It is. Okay. Alright, we're gonna want our repel to wear off, and at least in the cave there won't be hail, I think. That would be good for the rest of my team anyway. So whether or not there are stronger Pokemon here, and yeah, you can't go in here yet. Oh, what did I do? I did something, I don't know. Alright, yeah, repel wore off. Great, now we won't use another one and we can encounter wild Pokemon if I press the right button combinations. So we're gonna be probably in this cave most of the time, and ooh, Linkite. I've wanted to catch a Linkite, but I'm gonna hold off for this video at least. You know, honestly, Outrage is the best choice. Yeah, one shot, it ends the battle nice and quickly, so we don't gotta worry about it. And wow, that's like nothing for experience. And it's boosted too because I had I got Rudolph from Mystery Gift. Got a Kolarva. Yeah, I guess we just Outrage again. Probably will one-shot it, and we'll hopefully level up from this. Yeah, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna check how much EXP is needed. Yeah, that's the word for it. 1277. Okay, so at this rate, that would be 2 wild Pokemon. That's a little ridiculous. I can always go back and see if I can battle some of the trainers, but I'm pretty sure I battled all of them. And if that's the case, then this is truly going to be slow going. Because I'm nearly 10 levels higher than the stronger wild Pokemon here. Where does this go to? I don't want to go out there because of the hail. I mean, I know Rudolph is okay for the hail, but the rest of my team I don't think is. Metalynx might be because it's a steel type. I mean, oh. Okay, yeah, we found Rudolph again. Level 45. Okay, well, this is a stronger Pokemon anyway. Let's go for the Outrage. Oh, I knew I should have used Avalanche. I mean, I didn't really know that. I just kind of suspected it. Oh, wow, okay. I'll take it. The reason I suspected it was, oh, we got our Shell Bell, so it's almost like that battle never even happened. Great, level 51. Nothing. The reason I'm training up Rudolph right now, by the way, is because I was told that it evolves soon. So that's going to be interesting. By the way, I hope the audio levels are fine. I could probably lower the, what's it called? The game volume, yeah, if that's too loud. Because I lowered my mic volume to make up for my new setup I have. Well, it's not new, per se, it's just new to streaming. I've never streamed with this setup before, so this is kind of not really an experiment, but it's something I have to consider messing around with. And something I wanted to talk about today is Pokemon Sun and Moon. We got some new details about Pokemon Sun and Moon pretty recently, actually. And it's decent progress on that. And I'm really excited. We got a lot more than I thought we would get in terms of information. I mean, I thought we were just going to get the starters. And we did. We did get the starters. We know what the starter Pokemon are. I guess spoiler alert, if you don't want to know spoilers about Sun and Moon, maybe not watch this video, because I kind of think it will be... Oh, what the heck? Frasulo. Have I seen this Pokemon before? I feel like I may have, but I just don't remember. Alright, we're just going to use Outrage and hope for the best. Alright, good enough. It worked. And, okay, yeah, 1477. That was some decent EXP for this place. But yeah, spoiler alert for Sun and Moon stuff. If you don't want to know spoilers, then I suggest not watching this one. Sorry, guys. It's just, it's a hot topic. It's probably going to be a conversation topic throughout, I'm guessing. So, you know, at least there's that. So we do know the starters. They are Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio. Saying Poplio is a good way to test your pop filter, I suppose. Use our last Outrage here. And I gotta say, like, I was kind of on the fence about them, all of them, like, for my first impression. But, okay, yeah, confused doesn't matter game. The battle is over. You don't need to do that to me. Alright, 1552 is decent. I mean, if we're lucky, we'll get Rudolph to evolve this out. Oh, what the... Oh yeah, there's nothing over there, apparently. And Rowlet is the Grass-type starter. It is Grass Flying. It's a little owl thing. Little owl thing guy. No, he's pretty cool. We have to use Avalanche here. And it's going to work out nicely because he's stabilized faster. Thank you. Come again. And I gotta say, I think Rowlet's probably my favorite, but we'll see. And Rowlet comes with a Grass-type move called Leafage, which is a new Grass-type move. I guess that's just to give the Grass-types something else they can use to... Okay, well, he goes first. Unfortunately, he didn't attack me, though. Does Avalanche should always go second now? Like, what's up with that? Because I swear I was outspeeding these guys like a second ago. Or maybe I wasn't, I just thought I was for some reason. Oh, he gets healed by Hail. That's kind of neat. Not sure why he doesn't get healed by my Avalanche, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, there we go. We defeated him. So yeah, Rowlet is pretty cool looking. It's probably a pretty cool concept. I can't wait to try. My second favorite is Litten, which is a Fire Kitten Pokemon. I really like Litten, except for the fact that its eyes are like weird yellow. I mean, maybe that's normal, maybe that's not, but it's just kind of weird to me. And I'm personally... Oh, he knocked off my Shell Bell, you jerk. Now I won't get health from this. Oh, he's hung on there, too. Oh, well. But yeah, Litten's pretty cool. I could see using Litten, maybe. I mean, I don't know what its evolution's going to be, so... I don't know, maybe its design will get, like, drastically cooler in the future, but... I do kind of like it. It's just... The yellow eyes throw me off a little bit. But that's just me. You know, a lot of people seem to like Litten the most, actually. Followed by Routen. Or not Routen. Routen's in this... Or Owten's in this game. Rowlet. Yeah, that's the name. I may have been calling it wrong this whole time. In which case, I'll apologize, but... It's Pokemon Uranium. I'm playing the game here. I got my own Pokemon to work... Oh, come on. Okay, well... Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to heal up here. Where are the potions? Yeah, we'll just use the Hyper Potions. But yeah, that's Litten. It comes with, like, Ember, I think. And it attacks by lighting its fur on fire, I guess. Because its fur is, like, covered in a flammable oil. So it's kind of a weird thing to have, but I mean, it's Pokemon, so, you know, it's pretty cool. At least in my opinion. And... Okay, we survived the rock slide. Oh, we got another flinch. Come on, man. That's another potion I'm gonna have to use. I don't mind it though. I mean, this will probably be worth the EXP. I hope so anyway. Hang in there. Yeah, we're good. And, okay, he's using Ice Shard. That shouldn't be too bad. Let us get our Avalanche in and finish it off. Great. And then that just leaves Poplio. Poplio is the Pokemon I really want to love, but I just don't like its design that much. And it's mainly because of its nose. If its nose didn't have that weird little dot thing on the end of it, I'd probably like it a whole lot more. Because it's like a sea lion Pokemon, or like a seal or a sea otter or something. And in the trailer, he went Bark because he's kind of like a sea lion type thing. And I'm just like, after that, I'm just like, I want to love you, but your nose. So, I guess that's my thoughts on Poplio. I mean, that and it just kind of feels like it's a little bit too similar to the Seal and Dugong family, but we'll see. It could evolve into being something very different. And, you know, I'm excited to see what the starter Pokemon will evolve into. I'm not sure if I'll spoil that information for myself before I play the game, or if the information will even be out there by the time I play. But, I mean, if I were to know in advance, that would probably play some kind of role in what I would choose for my starter Pokemon. Because that's kind of how I was with the X and Y starters. You know, there was you had Chespin, and you had Fennekin, and then you had Froakie. And I'm like, hey, these stars look alright. You know, I kind of like Fennekin because it's a fire fox Pokemon, and I like fire-type Pokemon. I like foxes. What's not to love? And then it leaked its evolutions, and I'm like, what has this thing become? It's a mage. And, you know, that's kind of like a cool concept, but it's, I don't know, just to me, I didn't like it so much. And I ended up, like, saying, oh, Froakie's, like, the worst one out of them. And then, like, when I saw Greninja, I'm like, oh my god, it's a ninja. I gotta pick Froakie. And that's kind of how I selected my starter in Pokemon Y, which was my main game, but yeah. I don't know if that was the right way to select your starter. It's probably not. But I mean, it's not that bad, right? Oh, he raises defense sharply? That kind of sucks. But yeah, so that's that story. And again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do in terms of Sun and Moon when choosing my starter, but... And by the way, I think I want to choose Moon as my main game. I have no idea of the version exclusives or anything, but they did show the legendary Pokemon of each game in that trailer that they... Was that trailer on Tuesday? It feels a lot longer ago than that. What's today? Saturday? Yeah, today's Saturday, so... I don't know, yeah, that seems about right, actually. I mean, because it literally is, but... I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's been out that long. And it really hasn't, but yeah, I don't know. Or I meant it feels like it's been out longer than that. That's what I meant to say. Alright, this is kind of an awkward situation. We have nothing to attack Sableye with because we're out of PP for these moves, and Body Slam won't affect it because it's a ghost. So I guess we change into... Oh man, I don't know. I guess we gotta send an No, Emperor would not be good against it. Shouten really wouldn't be that great against it either, but it's better than Emperilla. But, yeah, oh, yeah, he just happened to use his freaking Power Gem, the Rock-type attack. Oh, that is such bad luck. What do I switch into now? I guess Garlickid? I mean, I think I have Grass-type attacks with Garlickid. I probably do, and if I don't, I will be very, very sad. Yeah, haha, punishment, that didn't hurt me. Oh, and I'm justified, so I'm gonna gain more attack. Alright. Oh yeah, I totally... Oh, okay. Well, I'm stuck with using Giga Drain. I don't mind that, but I'm gonna throw down the Leech Seed first. And that was a mistake. Whatever. Just because Giga Drain wasn't worth using at the moment, you know, it would... I'd regain probably a lot more health than... Okay, wow. I didn't think Sableye's special defense was so bad. Yeah, now I definitely want to just finish it off with Leech Seed. I mean, I won't get as much health back, but it would feel like such a waste to use Giga Drain. I think it only has 5 PP anyway, so I don't want to do that. But anyway, legendary Pokemon, because now I can talk about them. Pokemon Sun's legendary is really cool. It's like this big giant lion guy, like a sun lion, and the names of the legendaries weren't confirmed, but there are trademarks that have been filed, and they seem like they would be right, and it wouldn't really make as much sense for them not to be. But I believe the Pokemon Sun's legendary is going to be named Sololeo or something like that. And oh, come on. You and your friggin' rock slides, I tell ya. Alright, that should be it for the battle though. There we go. And how much EXP will this be? Oh yeah, I forgot Shell Bell. I don't know why I forgot Shell Bell, but it's the reason why Rudolph is a decent candidate for grinding right now. Oh, you know what? You know what I should be doing? Forget the Shell Bell. I have a Lucky Egg. I should be using that. Oh man, this is gonna go by way faster. Alright, but we do need a Pokemon to send out. I'm not gonna send in a Shouten because it might have Power Gem. I mean, I guess I send in Metalinks because no one else on my team is great for it. I mean, Kimikonda would be, but and it did use Power Gem, so it's a good thing I didn't send a Shouten in. Let's see. What do I want to go for? I guess we just go for the Leaf Blade, hope for a crit. It might one-shot it anyway, might not. It didn't. The crit would have, but, you know, this is acceptable. But anyway, yeah, Kimikonda I didn't want to start training up right now because it's already the highest level Pokemon on my team, but let's get that, well, not Pokemon, bag. Let's get that Lucky Egg out. I know it's in here somewhere. It's probably, like, way up in the item list. Or did I have a Lucky Egg? I'm pretty sure I did. Uh-oh. I didn't have a Lucky Egg. Oh, you know what? I bet a Pokemon in my PC has it. Either that or a Pokemon in my party has it, but I don't think so. We'll check the summaries. I know I don't have to check Rudolph. Jungle Ground Charcoal Moss Shard? None. Alright, well, we'll have to fix that. Yeah, I guess let's just make our way back to the town slowly. And we'll battle the wild Pokemon on the way there, just to see if I do have that Lucky Egg. I'm pretty sure I do. But anyway, moving on to Pokemon Loon. Pokemon Loon. Yeah, well, it's kind of right, because Luna is Moon. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I didn't say it right. I'm sorry. Pokemon Moon's legendary. It's supposed to be named Lunala, according to the trademark. You know, it makes sense. Sololeo, Lunala. Makes sense for, I don't know. Just their names make sense, because it's Sun and Moon. They both have the word thing in there. The word thing, yes, that's what it is. It's like the same base root word thing. The point is, it makes sense. So I'm pretty sure the trademarks are going to be right. But Lunala is a really cool looking bat legendary Pokemon, and I thought its design was really cool because when you see its wings or whatever, it's like, what the heck is this thing? But when it like outstretches its wings in a certain way, it's like, oh my gosh, that pattern comes together as being a cool moon Pokemon. And when I saw that, I'm like, that is amazing. And I knew right there I had to select Pokemon Moon as my game. I mean, not entirely based on the legendary. I was already kind of leaning toward Moon because, I don't know, it just sounds cool. Really? I'm out of PP for Body Slam already? Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to not have Rudolph be in the front of the party anymore. We'll send out Garlickid because he can use Drain Punch. Let's just hope that it doesn't use an Ice type attack though. Takedown, I'll take it. Get it, take it, takedown. Yeah, it wasn't a very good joke. Let's use Drain Punch. Okay, and it's not super effective. Oh, right, he's a bug type too. Alright, yeah, so this is the evolved form of, I can't think of the name. The little ice bug we've been seeing. I can't think of the name right now, though. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I was already leaning towards picking Pokemon Moon before, just because it sounds kind of cool. Alright, this is getting a little ridiculous. This is the guy. He evolves into the guy we just fought. And I don't have any... Oh, man. Don't have any PP for my moves, so... Well, let's send in Kimikonda. probably a bad choice because, like I said, he's already trained up pretty good. Or, well, he's the last one to get trained up. But, I mean, Fire's a 4x weakness. It's just the best matchup. I shouldn't have played the matchup, though, admittedly. And we also found out about the region of Pokemon Sun and Moon. It will be called the Alola region, and it will be based off of Hawaii. So that's pretty cool. I like how they had the name thing, like, you know, just like a nod to the fact that, yeah, we did base this off of Hawaii. And, okay, he's using acid armor, that's fine, whatever. We'll flamethrower him and be done with it. I know it's the matchup again, but at least, Rudolph's gonna get the EXP as well. No level ups, though. Alright, well, I'm sure it was close. Yeah, okay, god dang it. Right when I was about to switch out, or, like, switch my leading Pokemon out, anyway. Just so we didn't have to switch every time. Alright, this is a Sableye, so I think I'll send in Metalynx. Yeah, that's probably fine. That's probably a fine idea. Punishment's not going to do too much, and we can just use Leaf Blade and hope for a crit. Nope. Dang it, we almost finished it off anyway, but not quite. Alright, so, yeah, it's like a Hawaii-based region, it's tropical, and they showed off some of the gameplay, and that footage looked great as well. I mean, you got to see this, at least one town and, like, part of a city, and it was, like, so open and just free-feeling. And why? Oh, my fingers are on the wrong keys. That's why that button wasn't working. Alright, here we go. Now we can just focus on getting back to town. And we can hopefully get that lucky egg. Really, really hoping for a lucky egg. If I don't have it, I mean, I guess that's okay, but I'd prefer to actually have it. You know, I probably didn't need to go this way now that I think about it. Oh, no. I don't know why I thought that would work. I mean, you know, there's always the chance you don't encounter something, but then, yeah, the Pokemon are way lower level out here, so it's a good thing I was training in that tunnel, because that is definitely where the best EXP is. Alright, and then we just go up like that. I mean, it makes me feel good whenever I do those puzzles, because it's like, in the regular Pokemon games, I'm terrible at them, but in this game, it just makes me feel like a genius, and I'm just like, wow, I'm so good at this game, even though that's not true. Oh, can I go in the thing? Yeah, there we go. Just kind of walked into the wall there. Alright, so now we can just take advantage of being here to heal up our Pokemon. I don't know why I'm still walking like I'm trying to avoid wild Pokemon in the grass. Shouldn't do that. And then we'll take our lucky egg out of the PC and hope it's actually there, because if it's not, well, again, that'll be very, very sad times for everyone involved. Wow, that's a loud PC sound. I keep forgetting about that. I guess we're going to move Pokemon? Which one of you's got my lucky egg? I think it's Gyarados, actually. I have some really cool Pokemon in here. Man. I mean, Nucleon, come on. It's nuclear type, though. It makes it hard to use. Yeah, Gyarados had it. You thief, Gyarados. It's my fault, I forgot. We'll take the Quick Claw, actually, from Feroki. Just because we can. We might need to use it. The Soothe Bell, we can take from Kinetmunk. And Turlar doesn't have any items. Okay. So let's equip Rudolph with that lucky egg to get an even more boosted experience boost bonus. Yeah, Shell Bell. And let's see, who could use the Quick Claw? Maybe Metalynx, honestly. Because all the rest of my Pokemon are, you know, let's look at everyone's speed real quick. Like, I think Metalynx does have a good item, though, so I'm not sure. Speed is only 97, or maybe that's good, I don't know. 116 for a Shouten, 104 for Emperilla, 126 for Kimikonda, only 82 for Metalynx. But Metalynx is holding a Moss Shard. Okay, that just raises Grass Power attacks. That might be good. I don't know. And Garlickid is probably the fastest on the team, so Garlickid doesn't need it. We'll give Garlickid the Soothe Bell, I guess, you know, for friendship, right? There you go, Garlickid. It has no use in battle yet, but one of these days I'll teach you Return. And yeah, we'll hold the Quick Claw for now. I think I can sort out the held items a little bit later. Like in the next episode or something. But yeah, just being able to see gameplay of Pokemon Sun and Moon and being able to watch, you know, what it's going to be like. And I know it's like just a trailer, and they can be deceiving in the fact that, you know, that might not be 100% perfect like they're trying to portray it being. Where's my repels? I know they're in here somewhere. Am I looking in the right spot? Yeah, I am. Oh, I probably just passed them. Here we go, Super Repel. And, you know, I'm just really, really excited for the game, even more so than I was already. And I was already pretty excited. Although, I gotta admit, when I first saw that we were going to see the starters, because I'm good at puzzles, remember? When I saw that we were going to see the starters and the legendaries, because that was like the first parts of the gameplay trailer, sort of. Oh no, we don't need to go that way. We need to go up here. Ah, come on, get in the cave. There we go. Like, at first I'm like, okay, Pokemon Sun and Moon, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a 7th generation of Pokemon. And I said that because, you know, X and Y didn't have a 3rd game. We don't have a Z. We might not ever get a Pokemon Z. But, yeah, so I was still convinced that it might not be another generation, because that seems kind of early, but it is going to be another generation. And, like, my first reaction to that was like, oh no, not again. They rushed out a Pokemon generation. This is not good. And then you know, once I got the chance to kind of just, you know, sort of reflect on what I saw, I'm like, oh, well, no, maybe this isn't going to be so bad. Maybe this is going to be great. And I was convinced that, you know, just because it's called Sun and Moon and not Pokemon Z, it doesn't mean it's not going to be like another game in the 6th generation. In fact, it could just be like another game in the 6th generation that just takes place in a different region. So that was kind of my thoughts going into it, but no, it is going to be a 7th generation of Pokemon, which I think is pretty cool. You know, I am looking forward to seeing some of the designs. We did get to see like a bird Pokemon design for a split second, one of the really early trailers, kind of just confirming that Pokemon Sun and Moon exists. And that looks like a cool Pokemon. I'd like to catch that one. Maybe not them all, but I'd like to catch Pokemon. I'd like to catch some of them. They should make that the Pokemon slogan now, because you can't catch them all anymore. There's too many. There's been too many for a while. Now there's going to be even more. I'm not sure how much more there's going to be, though, because, I mean, when you think about it, we have like, what, 720 something? Something along those lines? It's around there anyway. Like, how much more is this generation going to add? Like, is it going to be like another 150 or something? Or is it going to be like Pokemon X and Y 6th generation, where they only added like, what do they add, like 80 Pokemon? So we don't know that yet. I'm kind of leaning towards it being another smaller generation in terms of how many Pokemon are introduced, or new Pokemon that are introduced. And I think that's a good thing. I think X and Y did a good job on that, because, I mean, this is just my opinion, and I guess it's not a very popular one, but the 5th generation of Pokemon, in my opinion, was the worst in terms of Pokemon designs, and it really turned me off from playing it a whole lot. But it did have some pretty good story, and it had a really cool feature, which was seasons, which aren't in Pokemon anymore. I mean, come on, that seasons thing was amazing, even though it never really served a whole lot of use. And 5th gen introduced like some other feature that I was really happy about, but I can't even think of it right now. But anyway, I felt that the Pokemon introduced in the 6th generation were a vast improvement over the Pokemon they introduced in the 5th generation. And, you know, just having less Pokemon to design can lead to that because, you know, you get to focus on it more. I mean, obviously, this was the first Pokemon game on the 3DS taking advantage of the 3D stuff. And, you know, it's a completely different style. It's nothing like you're seeing right here with Pokemon Uranium, where it's just like, it's all sprites. Because it's like all models, or why'd I run from the battle? I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do a Grindy stream today, guys. Let's just run from all the Pokemon battles. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it was obviously a lot different, so they had a lot of focus on that. And I think the story kind of suffered from that a little bit. I didn't like the story much at all in Pokemon X and Y. Like, for example, when I first saw, I can't even think of his name. It's a bad thing that I can't think of his name because, like, I mean, basically, yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but my friend and I had a nickname for him. It's not a very good nickname. It's not a very YouTube friendly nickname either, so I'm gonna just hold off on that. But yeah, as soon as I saw him in the game, I'm like, oh, that's the bad guy. And, you know, when you first see him, it's like it wasn't supposed to be obvious that he was the bad guy, but it just was because of his hair. Believe it or not, his hair gave him away. Like, I mean, you sometimes meet the bad guys early on in Pokemon games. Like, for example, you met Cyrus in the 4th generation of Pokemon pretty early, at least in Platinum he did. And, you know, when I first met him, I didn't think bad guy. I didn't instantly think bad guy. He was kind of mysterious in a way. I mean, maybe if he had been given a 3D model, to be fair, that it could have been like that obvious situation, and maybe just you get less detail in sprites, so maybe that's like a reason for it being so obvious that this guy was the bad guy in Pokemon X and Y. But yeah, the second I saw him, and you meet him really early on in the story, he's just like, yeah, that's a bad guy. And turns out he was the bad guy, and I wasn't surprised in the least. But anyway, I digress. I have gone on a tangent here. My point was that, you know, maybe they had less time to focus on developing the Pokemon designs in X and Y because of all the other new things going on. But I think they did a great job. I mean, I don't know if it's among my favorite in terms of Pokemon designs, but I do like a lot of the Pokemon they introduced. Like, for example, I like, you know, obviously they introduced the Fairy type, which was, like, when they first announced it, I'm like, oh man, I thought for sure it was going to be the Light type. But I'm a big fan of the Fairy type Pokemon. It's really, really cool, really neat, and I like the dynamic it adds to the gameplay in terms of, like, Dragon Pokemon, you know, getting destroyed by it. Oh, that was a big mistake, wasn't it? Oh, I hung in there. Good job, Rudolph. I'm going to use Body Slam, and it will be all good. Alright, perfect. How much XP do we get there? Decent amount. Time to heal up. No, I didn't want to use a Repel. I thought that said Potion, and I just spammed it. I'm sorry, guys. Dang it. Alright, let's heal up Rudolph here. Alright, where was I? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Pokemon designs. Yeah, I think Pokemon Sun and Moon are going to follow the X and Y example and introduce less Pokemon, but maybe spend more time developing them. Or, since they already, you know, got it down how to do the 3D stuff in Pokemon, because, you know, at this point they've done 2 Pokemon games like that, so you got X and Y, and you got Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that were in the 3D, so maybe since they kind of have that down now, they'll have, you know, more time to not only focus on Pokemon, but more time to develop new Pokemon. So really it could go either way, but I'm personally hoping it's a little bit less Pokemon, selfishly so I could just remember how it's going to be, because I always forget Pokemon, man. I don't know them all. I know a lot of them, but not all of them. It's really hard to know all of them, especially when you play fan games like this that introduce new Pokemon. And I gotta say, the new Pokemon in this game, very, very good. I am a big fan of the Pokemon that Pokemon Uranium is introduced to the game, although I've made that abundantly clear throughout the course of this series, so, you know, that shouldn't come as a surprise too much. Hey, Drago, welcome to the stream. We're talking about the Pokemon things like Sun and Moon and how awesome they're gonna be and how hyped we are to have them. I guess to have them doesn't make much sense, but we're excited. Man, I can't wait till November. Like, I haven't pre-ordered them yet or anything, and, you know, as of late, I've been trying to pre-order games less often, but, I mean, I'm going to get them anyway. I'm literally just going to get them anyway, whether I like them or not, because I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. They haven't done me wrong yet. The only Pokemon game I've ever, like, returned because I didn't like it was Pokemon Black version. And I guess Pokemon White version would be in that same boat, except for I never had it to begin with. And again, that ended up being the least favorite generation of Pokemon for me, but I'm still happy I have it. Or had it, I should say. And do I have it? No, I don't. The only 5th gen game I have now is Pokemon White 2. Oh, here we go. Rudolph's evolving and suddenly became shiny. Oh, let's see. Let's see what we have here. Oh my god, what happened? Fafnir. Yeah. Reminds me of the Chicago Blackhawks, Brandon Mashinter. Just because the Inter part. That's about it, though. Looks nothing like him. Anyway, let's see the stats. Jolly Nature, that's the good one, right? I think it is. Yeah, probably. It looks like good stats. It's a lot faster now. The new fastest Pokemon on my team, actually. Alright, this was a positive change. I approve. It is totally a dragon in a wig. You know, I think you're right. It's like a full-body wig. That's hilarious. Oh, the OT Santa. I forgot about that. Alright, well, Rudolph's evolved, so we're going to take the lucky egg. Oh yeah, wig and pajamas. Okay, forget the full-body wig. It's a wig and pajamas, let's face it. And good to hear you're a little excited for him, Drago. I might actually do an LP on them. Maybe. I'll have to see because, well, let's see. Who do I want to level up now? Probably Emperilla. So we'll switch the items out. The reason I say might do an LP on them, I really want to. I don't know what's going to change between now and November, but if the right things happen, I will do an LP on them. Or not them, just one of them. I'm not going to play both games in all likelihood. But the guy who makes 3DS capture cards is developing capture cards for the 3DS XL, and I have a 3DS XL, jeez, kind of just lying around. I only use it to trade back and forth between my Pokemon games, to be honest. Oh right, he's part jerk type. Dang it. He's part bug type, so that's not going to... Well, it's just going to be normally effective. We'll use Drain Punch. I'll use Rock Slide from now on, but I just want my health back. But yeah, he's developing them for the 3DS XL now. He used to only have them for the regular 3DS, and then he sold out because everyone bought them all. But yeah, he's back. He's doing it full time again. So he's going to devote more time to developing the new capture cards. And I really don't want Emperilla to fight the Sableye. Well, I guess I can use Assurance. It's not going to be very good, but it's not going to be very bad. It's just going to be a little bad. And his 3DS capture cards, not only are they renowned for being the best, most reliable ones that are being sold right now, but they're also considerably cheaper, and he offers free support. Just send it in, he'll fix it for you. I mean, he does the installation yourself. You can either buy a 3DS with, you know, from him with the capture... I think you can, with the capture card already installed. Or you can send in your current 3DS and get one installed. One of the things is some components of your 3DS might be removed depending on where the capture card has to go just to like make it work and stuff. Like, I think some of them remove the infrared ports, which is hardly used anyway, but it's just a thing to consider if you're thinking about sending one in and getting it modified. But yeah, he seems like a really good guy. He just likes what he does. You know, he's happy to fix anything that's broken for you. It's good support, good prices. So I'm thinking of maybe getting one if I can. But again, I have no idea what's going to change between now and November. But since I switched jobs, or switched companies rather, I've been making a little bit more money, so we'll see about it. Can't promise anything. I would really, really like to, but we'll see. Yeah, roll just rock slide. Yeah, having the DS recordable is definitely a hassle. And by the way, the capture cards this guy sells comes with its own software for recording. Or obviously you could... Ooh, Thrash is pretty good. Oh man, do I want to use Thrash though? We'll see. But yeah, obviously you could definitely use OBS to record. That way, if you want to get both screens in there, you can do that. I don't know how the other software works. I'll have to test it out. Alright. High power, rampages for 2 to 3 turns. I mean, it's like the normal type outrage. I mean, these fighting type moves are very close in power. Only question is, do I want to get rid of Drain Punch or Brick Break? Oh man, this is a tough one. I think I have to go with Brick Break though. I mean, it's really nice to get your health back, and in this game, at least so far, I haven't run into Light Screen or Reflect or anything like that a whole lot, so yeah, we'll do Thrash. I mean, just for the sheer power. I won't get Stab, obviously, but it's gonna be good, I think. I may have just made a colossal mistake. I don't think I did, though. We'll see in the future. Dark, that's gonna be super effective. Alright, we'll take it. Good job, Emperilla. Who knew you were good at this game? I sure did. I believed in you all along. But yeah, I was just... I mean, I have their website open in a tab right now, actually, the guy's 3DS capture card website, but just because, I mean, just by the hints I've given, you can probably figure it out. And I'm not going to say it on the live stream, because the guy sells out a lot. And I don't want to be waiting all the dang time. I'm just kidding, guys. Guy's name is Loopy. I think his website is like 3dscapture.com. So there you go, Loopy. Your free advertisement. Maybe someone watching this will buy a thing from you because I have praised you and highly recommended you. Yeah. Probably not. So, you know, if you don't feel very grateful for that, that's fine. But just know that I desire to make a purchase from you at some point in my life. Yeah, I could definitely see how those are going to be risky. The moves that lock in for multiple turns. I mean, not only are you locked in for multiple turns, so if they use, like, something like, what is it, Taunt or Torment that makes it... I think it's Torment that makes it so you can't use the same move twice, then it kind of just cancels out your attack. Or if they switch into a type that's immune, for example, for Thrash, what if they switch into a Ghost type? You know, I'm in trouble. And then also it leaves you confused. So yeah, the moves are definitely risky to use, but I'm going to take them just because... Oh yeah, Rock Sliding this guy. I'm going to take them because in single player, a lot of the time you don't have to worry about that too much. I mean, for me, the most concerning thing is the confusion, actually. But other than that, I like them. I'm a fan of them in single player. I would not use them in competitive battles because they're so easy to counter. Oh yeah, or if you get crit and need a potion, or just like, you know, use it in a bad time and just you know, maybe you banked on it being 2 turns and it lasts for 3 turns, then you need to heal up. Good point, Drago. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that would be risky for single-player mode then, because that's something that happens whether or not the AI wants to exploit that move. Alright, I'm just going to use Rock Slide. I'm going to get a quick... those reflections on the ice look like the Enterprise. I'll have to see this again. Or not again, but... Ice, where are you? I don't know what ice is. Is this the ice, or... I don't know what ice you're talking about. I mean, I don't know what is ice and what is rocks in this cave. I'm sorry, but I have no idea. I'm going to get a quick sip of water, though, while we watch him get crushed by rocks. Dang it, he's already done. Emperor, you're too good. Alright, that's better. Like the white spots and the blue. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that does look pretty... Well... Oh my god, they do look like the Enterprise. Like the shape of it. Yeah. I totally see what you mean now. Wow. I didn't even think of that. Alright, that's pretty neat. We have Enterprise Ice Cave. By the way, Drago, is my volume stuff okay? Like, is my voice being, like, enough heard, or the game music being enough heard? Or is something too loud or too quiet? Because I haven't used this setup for streaming before, and therefore have not used this in OBS, because OBS was broken for the longest time. It still kind of is broken, because they haven't updated it. So, I don't know why it's working now, by the way. It just wants to. Alright, yeah, I'll take the attack boost, thank you very much. Oh, so close to finishing it off. Alright, this attack boost not going to be very useful. I'm going to use Drain Punch as my next move, as long as I don't encounter another Sableye. Enterprise Cave. Yeah. Levels are good, but you sound different. The different sounding is a good thing. Well, kind of. Because I mean, if you're used to watching my videos, I edit my audio in a way that does make my voice sound a little bit different, so when I'm live, obviously I don't have that going through. But it would be kind of cool if I could somehow get a filter or something, like software level, that would basically apply all those changes to my voice. But yeah, other than that, the only change in my setup was boom arm and a shock mount and a pop filter. And basically just makes it isolated and less background noise and hopefully a more cleaner sound to my voice. Hopefully, but yeah. I do some bass and treble boost and rebalancing on my voice audio when I just do my regular videos. So, yeah. Good to know that I do sound different to others. It's not, you know, that it has been noticed. Yeah, I mean, there might be a way to do the edits dynamically, but I don't know how. But if I did find out how, I would totally do it. And this guy is making my Drain Punches not have much effect. Alright, there we go. I don't know what level we're going to get all these guys to. I've been going for almost an hour already. Well, we're about 10 minutes away from that hour. So, you know, it's not that bad, but I'm not sure, like, if I said, you know, set a goal of, like, 55 for all my Pokemon to be at by the end of the stream, that probably wouldn't happen. It probably won't happen. I don't know if I'll do any grinding off camera, or if we'll just, like, go in and see what the gym is like later. Oh. Okay, well, oh. Oh, okay, oh. Oh. Oh, so it's this problem again. Alright. Alright, you win this round, Sableye. We're gonna send in a Shouten. And hope that... Okay, good. No Power Gem. And yeah, just Wing Attack's probably fine. Oh, there's the Power Gem. Okay, hang in there, Shouten. Oh, okay, that was close. I almost said use Quick Attack. No, it's not a good idea. Ghost-type Pokemon. Alright, no levels up, level ups for Emperilla or Shouten. I'm going to probably use a potion on both, though. Oh, not carrot wine. I don't need no wine. There we go. Rudolph just looks like a big freaking beast in his little picture there. I mean, just look at everyone else as like, you know, the biggest Pokemon I have is probably either Kimikonda or Metalynx. And then you have Rudolph, who's like 50% bigger. That's scary. That is some scary stuff right there. Alright, here we go. What will we have this time? Oh, dang it, another freaking ghost. Oh, you know what? I've been watching, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime again. Oh. Oh, oh, fine. I guess I just lose then. No, I have to run away from this one. Oh. I can't escape either. I literally have to catch this Pokemon or I can't do anything. Alright. If you say so. You know, I don't mind. I've always wanted to catch Linkite. Oh, no. Okay. That didn't work. Pain Split. Okay, that's interesting move. Alright, we'll use another Quick Ball. And come on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Suck it, Linkite. You thought you had me outplayed. And to be fair, you did. So good move. We're not going to give it a nickname. And we do gain EXP for catching Pokemon. It's been a while since I've actually caught a Pokemon in that game, or in this game rather, so I forgot about that. Hey, I found out a thing again. That was a weird situation. I don't think I've ever been in that situation in a Pokemon game in my entire life, where I couldn't switch out or run away or hit it with anything. So I you know, it's either you catch the Pokemon or lose the battle to that Pokemon. Yeah, I've never been in that situation before in my life. In any Pokemon game, in anything. Arena Trap is the worst. I lost a Plusle on a Nuzlocke. Die to a Trapinch with Arena... Oh, no. Yeah, Arena Trap is the freaking worst. Oh, and it was immune to all your attacks. That sucks. So yeah, that's basically the situation I was just in. Wow, and then, you know, with Nuzlocke rules, you might not have been able to catch it, and even if you could, it's got ground-type attacks, so, you know, you don't have a whole lot of time to catch it. But, yeah, that really sucks. I mean, you just send out your Plusle, you know, whatever, just wild Pokemon encounter. Oh, I lose. I lose, by the way. Thanks, game. Yeah, Nuzlocks are mean. Very, very mean. Oh, man. No, I might do a Nuzlocke file on this game. I've been wanting to do a Nuzlocke again. Well, I've kind of been doing a Pokemon X Nuzlocke in my spare time, but I haven't touched it in months. Alright, I can finally hit a Pokemon here. What do I want to use? Probably Thrash, to be honest. Oh, great. We get Thrash and an attack boost. Thanks. Thanks, Foffer. Let's see how many Thrashes it can take. Alright. 2. There we go. And the confusion doesn't matter because the battle is over. But yeah, that's a really sucky situation to be in a Nuzlocke. You know, I kind of hope, going back to Sun and Moon again, that they have that difficulty thing that Pokemon Black and White, and I think Black and White 2 also had it, but they had like a thing where you could put the game in hard mode, and I remember doing that. Like, my friend used his action replay to unlock hard mode, because you had to beat the game first to unlock hard mode in Black, and then like in White you had to beat the game to unlock easy mode, which, yeah, beat the game to unlock easy mode makes perfect sense, right? But anyway, we just unlocked it, unlocked hard mode from the very beginning, and we had a whole lot of fun with that. That was one of the coolest features Pokemon has added, so hopefully they do something like that again. That was missing in X and Y, and it made me sad. Yet the saddest part was all I could do was let my Plusle cry to reduce its defense for my flying type to finish it. Oh my god, that's horrible. That is the worst. Oh man, that sucks. Wow. But hey, at least it went down, well, I mean, not really fighting, but, oh, redoing this again? Oh, thank goodness. Oh. No, we are doing this again. Ah, come on. I don't want to catch you. But fine, I have one Dusk Ball. Here you go. Oh, no, this isn't good. Oh, you know what would be even worse if Linkite didn't have any moves that could hit me. I used my last Quick Ball. Went down in a pool of tears, oh god. Yeah, rip Sparky indeed. Oh, my attack fell. Special attack fell. Oh, he died, he killed himself. Alright, well, thanks. I mean, I wasted a couple of Pokeballs there, but now that I know you know that attack, maybe I won't try to throw Pokeballs anymore. All Trapinches are kill on sight. Indeed, every Trapinch you find must die. I mean, mainly just because Trapinch is annoying. I remember when I first saw Trapinch in Pokemon Ruby version in that desert, I'm just like, this Pokemon has a big head, he sounds annoying, and he keeps appearing before my very eyes to challenge me to a battle. I don't like this guy very much. Let's run away. Oh, I can't. Yeah, so I've been like a not fan of Trapinch for a very long time. And way back in Ruby version, I had no idea he evolved into Flygon, so I was just like, that thing evolves into this thing? How does that even happen? And but you know, turns out it does indeed happen. And, you know, Flygon's okay. Trapinch, not so much. Alright, so that's one more potion down. Probably buy some more from the town next time we go in. We'll run from Sableye just because I don't feel like switching out. Yeah, I probably should switch out though. Yeah, I probably should switch out on Sableye. I'll run from Linkite if I can. But, you know, if it has Arena Trap, then I'll, you know, just wait till it uses Memento and I win. I mean, I guess that's decent for grinding, right? Just wait till it uses Memento and you win? Well, I mean, it doesn't get the job done any faster, so I guess not. Just makes it easier. Is that gonna be 50 for Emperilla? No. I think for this stream, I'm just gonna try to get all my Pokemon to level 50. We're pretty close to that. A few of them are above. I'm not sure if 50 is going to be enough, but I mean, let's take a look here. Oh. Okay, well, in that case, that stream wouldn't last very long. When we got Emperilla, who's on the verge of 50, and a Shouten, who's quite close to 50. Although, to be fair, a Shouten might have a harder time leveling up because all these ice Pokemon here. So that might be a little bit difficult. And in which case, we can just kind of switch out and train up something else in that way. Like, you know, when I switch out against Sableye for Emperilla, I'm not going to use a potion for now. Probably a mistake, but maybe not. Like this guy, he's part Ice type, part Bug type, so I think Wing Attack would be good, but if it doesn't take him out, then we're in trouble. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, this guy's going to be fine. Actually, what was I thinking? A Shouten's going to be perfectly fine, except I don't have the Lucky Egg, so I need to always go to the wrong part. When I want to access my Pokemon, I go to the bag, and when I want to take items from my Pokemon, I go to Pokemon, which works, but wait a minute. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Whatever. Trial by fire, only the strong level up. Indeed, a Shouten, sorry, you don't get to level up. Not in this video, stream thing. No, I don't want to give him a Hyper Potion, I want a Lucky Egg, there we go. Yes, I would. Alright, so that's going to make our flying type attacks not do quite as much damage, but obviously the experience from Lucky Egg is going to be way more valuable at this point in time. And let's see if we can take out Kolarva in one hit again. We can, okay, so we're fine. Sharpbeak did little to nothing in that last battle. Was it me, or was that not big boost for experience? I don't know what we got in the battle before that, or the level of the Pokemon before that, to be fair, either, but it's lucky it doesn't feel like it's doing a whole lot. It might be. I think it is, but yeah, I guess, right? You know, we got the level up. Wow, that was like a weird way to run. Oh, it's you again. Alright, luckily I can take you out. Ha, your Shadow Sneak doesn't affect me. You've activated my trap card, Wing Attack. Oh yeah, I was... Yeah, that reminds me, I was talking about... Well, earlier I mentioned I was watching the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime recently. I don't remember what I was actually saying at the time, but something reminded me of that. I don't remember what. It was something really dumb, though, because I watched that show because it's dumb and hilarious, and I like it. I mean, I like Yu-Gi-Oh!, but, you know, the show is just kind of dumb. At least the first season is. It gets what's going on? Oh, I always think, like, some kind of divine force is trying to communicate with me from beyond the grave. I'm just getting a phone call. Hello, BlackIce. This is Dovak. How are things? Want a battle? It's not going to be repeated the last time we met. I'll be waiting for you around Route 13. You know, you've last been there probably sometime last year. Click. That might be accurate. It is the best show. I mean, like, going into it, it's just like, you know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh!, whatever. But then just all kinds of funny stuff happens, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, it will never make any sense, but... And Pegasus is the best character. Rip Shouten, by the way. We will change Pokemon to... I guess Emperilla still. I mean, it's still like the lowest level here. Drain Punch, maybe? Oh, this might work. I mean, watching it back, I realized how funny Pegasus actually was. And then, like, when I was a kid, I just didn't like him because he was the villain. But now I can appreciate the, you know, now that I'm more mature and I realize what is going on in this world around me, I can kind of appreciate the other qualities that villains have. Yeah, Pegasus was awesome. What do I want to do now? I guess Metal Links, right? Alright, Shadow Claw. That's fine. Yeah, let's go for Iron Tail. See if that KOs it. It does. Oh, well. Oh, wait, I get the crits for Iron Tail, but never for Leaf Blade. What is going on with this game? Alright, I'm gonna get out of here, actually. Do I have any escape ropes? No. Why would I think I had escape ropes? Even if I did, that doesn't do what I want them to do. I want them to take me back home. To the town where we belong, in Snowbank City. Or maybe it's Snowbank Town. I thought it was Snowbank City, though. Alright, I'm gonna try to get there without repels. Just because I'm lazy and want to save them. I mean, saving repels is a great thing, because then you have them for when you want to do the exact thing I'm doing right now. It's getting a little framey, probably because of all the snow going by. Yep, first patch of grass. He was a playful and snarky villain. And just the way he called everyone like Kaiba Boy and Yugi Boy and like he actually like made jokes, and he was like, he had a good sense of humor. And you know, he ends up not being, you know, evil. He was just the villain for that arc. Yeah, we will punch this guy in the face. Yeah, that was like right in the jaw, too. Take that, Bashoff. Oh, I didn't need to do that at all. He's only level 36. Alright, let's get got to the town. Yeah, I actually like Pegasus as a character a lot more than most of the other characters in the show. Oh, I love it because it's so dumb. It's like you love to hate it, I guess. It's not, I don't hate it though, I just love it. It's hilarious. Alright. And let's see, we have Shouten there, and then I'm just gonna switch you, and then I will switch you, and I will switch you. Alright, I'm thinking it's maybe not quite unrealistic to get everyone to level 55 in this stream. That might be good. So what I'm going to do now, though, is take a short break just for like a drink of water and stuff. And I will be right back, so sit tight, everyone. Oh god, how do I mute my mic? Alright, I'm back from my short break. I'm going to have to remind myself to edit that out when I put it back on YouTube. Drago has left us. Thank you for stopping by, Drago. He's got to go record some stuff, so have fun with that. And you can check out Drago at youtube.com/DragoClaw. Anyway, take a look at our Pokemon. About the halfway point of the stream, I'd say. We're looking at level 48, 50, 50, 51, 53, 55. My goal here is to have everyone at 55. I think that seems reasonable. I hope so. Hopefully it won't take too long. We're using the lucky egg, so hopefully that'll make things go a little bit faster. And let's get going. Oh, I just crashed right into that guy. He's just like, excuse me, where do you think you're going? You gotta watch it. I touched the grass. I didn't mean to touch the grass. I wanted to, well, obviously use a repel first. Where'd they go? They keep disappearing on me. There they are. Should only take one super repel to get my way back to the cave. The cave of superior Pokemon. I gotta do this, right? Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's how you do that puzzle. And then just go under the bridge. And then you skate across another thing of ice. And then you go up and around. And cave time. Alright. See, I'm getting used to this place. Lanthanite Tunnel, that's the name of this place. It's just not the cave. It's Lanthanite Tunnel. And as the StarCraft Enterprise... StarCraft. Yes, the StarCraft Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise on the floor. I'm losing it today. But yeah, I always thought those were snow splotches, but maybe it is ice and like reflections or imperfections in the ice, because when you look at ice a lot of the time, you know, it's got like those cracks and those like brighter portions. Like, it's clear for the most part, but if there's like a part that's been like sort of damaged or, you know, broken in a way, like sometimes like you'll see like a whiter portion of it like around where the cracks are. So I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is just reflections. I have no idea. What I do know though is that Coal Larva stands no chance against the Shouten and will be one shot each and every time. Yeah, I think the Lucky Egg is doing some work here. I mean, I don't want to take it off to find out. Like, this guy is the real MVP when it comes to experience. Probably not gonna get it. Yeah, that's a little bit scary. Hang in there. Oh, Ice Ball, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, we're good. We're good, okay. We'll just use Quick Attack to finish it off. Alright, that was a good idea, thankfully. Not sure if I should use Wing Attack or Steel Wing against that guy. I'm guessing Wing Attack because it's Stab. I don't think Bug is, like, weak to, Steel. Might be, but I don't think it is. And Sableye. How fast does Sableye go down? 2 attacks, plus it can't affect me. That is great. And down goes the Sableye. We win. Oh, 1400. I want to run into Sableye way more often. I keep running into these stupid Coal Larva Pokemon who give you like 800. I mean, it's almost double for the Sableye. Well, I guess to be fair, it does take literally double the attacks to defeat one, but this is still, I'd rather just fight Sableyes. It feels like that would be a much quicker way to go about leveling up here. So I think I might just cut off the stream at like around the 2-hour point just to have myself a time limit, because I could do this all day, and as much as I love Pokemon and I love Pokemon Uranium, I don't want to. You know, grinding all day is not great, but, you know, for a few hours, you know, on stream, it's not bad. In fact, it's actually kind of fun. Which is why I kind of wish I could play my Pokemon Yellow on stream, because I need to grind for that as well. I'm right before the Elite Four in my Pokemon Yellow on 3DS Virtual Console. And, well, yeah, I'm still too weak to take on the Elite Four right now. Actually, my Pokemon in this game are stronger than my Pokemon in my Pokemon Yellow in terms of level-wise. Although I think my team balance in Pokemon Yellow trumps this team because, you know, as awesome as this team is, I mean, I have Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, Lapras, Snorlax, and Pikachu as my team, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Alright, double wing attacks for Sableye, double EXP. Oh, no, I forgot about Power Gem. Okay, good, we hung in there. So far, so good. Alright, Sableye's down, and let's see, what is it, 1400? 1600, that's way better. Alright, that's probably a higher level Sableye. Alright, so we do want to use a Hyper Potion. We're running out of those. I can buy more later, though. Or can I? How much money do I have, actually? Let's check this. Check this out. Oh, I have 144,000. Yeah, that's... Yeah, just 144,000. I don't know if we'll have enough money for Hyper Potions, guys. No, but we should be good on that, thankfully. And, you know, we might actually be getting close to the end of what is so far released in Pokemon Uranium, because as far as I know, there's only 7 gyms in Pokemon Uranium, you know, at least at the point this stream is happening. I do occasionally check their forums. I'll have to check again. I'm glad I used Acid Armor there, not an Ice Attack. Got lucky. Alright, let's hope this guy does the same thing, because he gives a lot of EXP. Acid Armor, we want the Acid Armor. You know, if I get a crit, I could one-shot that. Okay, Bug Bite works too, you know, I can accept that. Oh, I used Sting, I didn't mean to use Sting, I meant to use Quick Attack, this is bad. Oh, okay, well, he used Hail. I mean, that's slightly annoying, but it's not really that bad. I mean, I will use a Quick Attack just because, or not Quick Attack, Wing Attack, because he does get healed by the Hail a little bit, and I just don't want to risk it. And I mean, plus, Wing Attack has a lot of PP. I think it's like 35 or something ridiculous like that. So, between that and Steel Wing, I think a Shalten is good for leveling up here, hopefully. Alright, so, yeah, my Pokemon team might sound familiar, and that's because I based it off of the team Red has in Pokemon, well, I guess it would just be Heart Gold and Soul Silver then, maybe. I didn't base it off of the one he had in Pokemon Crystal because he has an Espeon in that, and I mean, I can't get Espeon in Pokemon Yellow, so, you know, I just kind of figured I would be going for the Lapras instead. You should catch one of those. They evolve into fairly powerful Pokemon. Maybe maybe I will. I have had you know, I wasted my my Dusk Balls. You know, let's go for it. Oh, I'm not doing so good in health. Let's just go for the Wing Attack. It'll bring it down really low. At least these guys are high level, relatively speaking. Okay, well that kind of isn't very good. Given that I have a Shalten, that doesn't seem to be the criteria used to pick for your Pokemon. Yeah, the Shalten is definitely not the most powerful Pokemon, but, you know, could help. Let's go for an Ultra Ball. I think that will be the catch rate we want. Yeah, alright. Never a problem. I mean, he is kind of cool looking. He's annoying me at this point, but he is cool looking. It encases itself in a hard shell of unmelting ice and hangs upside down from the ceilings of Lanthanite Cave, awaiting evolution. Ooh, so he's close. Of course, being bug cut types, they're terrible at their earlier evolutions. Yeah, that's fair. That's alright. I mean, I don't think I need them now, but if I do have trouble at the gym later on, then I think that might be a good option, you know, to always switch out. But thank you for that. I now have a new Pokemon. Yeah, so it's kind of like an Ice Cocoon. I mean, you have Colarva right now. Not very good. He'll be one shot by this. As he should be, but anyway. Then he makes himself into that Cocoon guy. And then I'm guessing he hatches from that Cocoon as a really cool looking Ice Bug Pokemon. Now, I don't know this for sure, but could be. That could be how it works. Do I want to fight Faffer? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, no, I don't want to fight Faffer. What am I doing? Alright, you're shouting. Give it your best swing attack, and then we'll switch out for someone who's more, you know, someone who's better at fighting Faffer, aka Emperilla, who will probably use Drain Punch, and I think this won't be very effective. Yeah, there we go. I don't really even need Drain Punch, but I'm gonna because it's my fighting type attack. I only won now. Yeah, I got rid of Brick Break for Thrash because I figured, you know, Drain Punch and Brick Break, they're the same power and accuracy, and, you know, they perform a similar function, but I like the secondary effect of Drain Punch a little bit better, just because so far I haven't encountered much, if anything, that is used Reflect and Light Screen a whole lot. So I just figured, you know, oh nice, critical hit. Yeah, I just figured to go for Thrash. It's super powerful. I know I don't get stabbed from it, but just a powerful attack. And I've just always been a fan of that attack. It's pretty much what happens. Yeah, I mean, I think the ice probably just melts or something rather than hatching in a more normal cocoon way. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. But the final evolution is pretty badass. Alright. Well, hopefully he's close to evolving. My guess would be level 50 based on nothing at all. And it just seems like a nice round number. But then again, Pokemon rarely evolve at round numbers, so it's probably not a good guess. I won't be training him up in this video, though, because unfortunately I'm probably in over my head with what I am training so far. Oh, come on, don't you just use Acid. Okay, yeah, you could use Hail too, it's fine. I keep forgetting to use a potion on a Shouten. 53, okay. Yeah, that is pretty close. So if he was being trained up during this stream, he would evolve. Would an Ice Bug fit in my team, though? I'll have to check that. Like, just in terms of balance-wise. I will check when I use my Hyper Potion. Alright, so if I had an Ice Bug type instead of a Shouten normal flying type, let's see, I would be... I'd have 2 Pokemon weak to fire. Let's see. And I guess flying would be... Yeah, flying would destroy me, actually. Because that's half my team, and plus it would be decent against Metalings, although it wouldn't be super effective, luckily. I don't know, it's still worth considering, though, because, I mean, it's not like flying types are super common. It's not like this is going to be a competitive team anyway, you know, it's just, I just want to get through the game with it. That'll be enough for me. I don't know if Pokemon Uranium does have much of a competitive scene, but hey, it might. It does have online multiplayer battles. So yeah, definitely something to consider. I mean, I think the one I caught was level 45, so... Oh yeah, Emperilla is good against flying. He's got Rock Slide, so yeah, he can take out flying types if he's faster. Problem is, flying types tend to be pretty fast, and Emperilla maybe has average speed, maybe a tiny bit above average, but yeah, I have used him for taking out flying types in the past, so yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I was only thinking too, like, alright, how are they going to take damage against these types? But yeah, really that's not the only factor. You do have to consider, you know, your moves, their possible moves, things like that. Alright, and no, not Bag. I want to switch Pokemon. And yeah, Emperilla again. Yeah, so my goal is to try to get everyone to level 55 in the stream. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm going to try my best. I'm using a Lucky Egg to make it work faster. Oh, nice. Took out Faffer in one hit. Good job, Emperilla. Let's see how the experience is divided up. 445 for a Shouten and 304 for Emperilla. That's not great, but it's not bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure these are the strongest Pokemon I can fight here right now, because none of the trainers out there want to fight me. And they haven't called me on the phone yet. But if they do, I'll accept their challenge. For now, you know, the Pokemon that are on the route outside of here, which I don't remember the name of it yet. Or not yet, I just don't remember the name of it. Can't think of the name of it right now. But the Pokemon out there are like 10 levels lower than the Pokemon in here. Okay, maybe 10 is kind of a exaggeration. It is close to 10. I would say probably like 7 to 10 levels lower. So this seems to be the most efficient way to get EXP. Check the phone anyway. When I played, there were some trainers who didn't call but were ready for a rematch anyway. Oh, yeah, that could be something. I don't know any of their names or if I have their number, but it's worth a check. Guessing my phone's in here somewhere. I've never used this. I'm guessing these Pokeball symbols mean they're waiting for a rematch, which is literally everyone in my friend list, phone list. He's in Route 13. I think I'm on Route 16 though. Yeah, so it's no one on Route 16. Route 13 might be worth it, but actually I'll check the map. So yeah, literally everyone in my phone wants to battle me. Route 13 is pretty far away. It's not really all that far, but I just don't know if it'll be worth the trip. I mean, it looks far on the map, but I mean, I got here pretty quickly. I guess I could get back even quicker, considering don't have to worry about Pokemon trainers, and I don't have to worry about running into wild Pokemon, because I'll probably be using repels. But I think it might be better just to fight in here, at least for now. I mean, if the trainers outside want my phone number, I mean, I think they automatically ask for it when the battle's over. So they would have asked me. But yeah, none of them seem to be on Route 16 outside. Alright, I'm lucky I didn't attack him when he used Avalanche. And we'll get a little bit of a boost here and take him out. Get all our health back in the process. Alright, how much EXP will we get for this one? Hopefully a little bit more than last time, 445. And that I think was the exact same amount we got last time we did that split battle. And yeah, Shoughton still kind of is the hardest to train up out of my Pokemon here. Or, well, actually, this will be another level up. Sableye gives like 1600. Power Gem's annoying, but... Ooh. Yeah, I probably want to heal up after that. I am overusing my potions, but I have enough money to buy more in the future, so it's not too much of a problem. It was 1500. Try to learn Sky Attack. That's probably not going to be a thing I do, but we'll check it out anyway. Sky Attack's one of them rare attacks that hardly ever happen. A second turn attack where critical hits land more easily. They also make the target flinch. It's really good, but I mean, Shoughton doesn't really have the bulk to stay out there that long. I don't know. I like it, but I just don't see myself using it a whole lot. Well, I'll leave it for now, and if there's a move tutor out there, then we can go back if we want to. But yeah, for now, that's probably not going to serve me very well. I mean, it might actually be good for the gym. You know, maybe they use an attack and miss, and I get one Sky Attack off. You know, that's a pretty powerful attack, plus can make them flinch. So, yeah, it's possible that was... I just get a crit, or am I now powerful enough to one-shot these guys? I hope it's the latter, but I don't know. Cool larva. Alright, thanks for wasting my time, you level 40 little... Well, I guess you literally are a larva. I was gonna call him a maggot, but... I mean, I was close. Didn't intend to be close, but that is what he is. And we have another one. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm just gonna use Steel Wing. I'm not wasting one of my 2 wing attacks on you. Oh. Well, okay. I guess that works too. I'm assuming we only got the KO there because of the crit, but I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see, I think Shoughton's level 53 now? Oh, here we go. 52. Dang it, not quite 53. Almost a 53. Oh no, why did I said I was going to heal up and I didn't. I mean, I'm fine anyway. We'll use the last wing attack. Probably worth it in this case. And 1300, that's still okay. Now I'll use a potion for real. Maybe I did use a potion and then I just forgot. And then I got damaged again. That seems like something I'd do. Another Frosulo. I guess you'll be Steel Wing just because I have that. I don't think anything happens at 53. Oh, we got the KO again. But I thought I was closer to level 55 with the Shouten than I was. I remembered the number wrong. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll learn a move or something, but pretty sure the Shouten doesn't evolve. I would say 90%, just because it's been a Shouten for so long. But yeah, the Shouten was my lowest level Pokemon going into the stream, besides Emperilla actually. Yeah, and Emperilla I got up to 50, a Shouten I'm going to try to get to 55, then I'm probably going to try to get Emperilla to 55, and then I would probably try to get Metalings to level 55, and the more I talk about it, the less likely it sounds, but that's the goal for the game. Or no, yeah, that's the goal for the whole game, no. That's the goal for the stream. Alright, we'll Steel Wing this guy. Oh, that worked out quite well. I mean, I am kind of like more than 10 levels higher, so I guess it makes sense that it's working out well. It remains slightly crap, Fluffy Cat, I don't think for the rest of its life. Alright, just the way I like it. You hear that, Shouten? Your potential is gone. And you got fur in your ears, and that's gonna hurt. But he hung on there. I mean, it's clutch things like that is why Shouten's still on the team. And now I'm not gonna KO him. And then he's gonna get this KO'd. Yep. See you, Shouten, I tried to praise you, but you just don't live up to it. Alright, Emperilla. I don't think you can... Oh yeah, you can. You can use Assurance. There we go. Assurance or Rock Slide, really. Eh, that kind of sucks. Oh well. We want to switch the Lucky Egg to Emperilla while we're here then. And then we will just kind of go back to the old grind. Where is the Lucky Egg? It's probably at the bottom, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, so I guess I can do a little bit of a switch. Train up. Or, you know what? No, we'll leave a Shouten there because, again, the Shouten is probably going to be the hardest Pokemon to train up here just because it's weak to Ice types. I was doing pretty good against them, but it doesn't last forever. What do you think of Rudolph's new form, by the way? I love it. I think it's amazing, because, like, even when you just look at the Pokemon list, he's 50% bigger than my biggest Pokemon, besides it. I mean, he's a freaking beast, and he's like a dragon with a wig and pajamas, which is amazing. And he did gain a lot of great stats, too. Or she, actually, but... Still, I didn't see that coming, I guess. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. And I am happy with it, so thank you for that tip. And we will gain all the health back. Thank you, Faffer. At least I think we will. Yeah, we will. Okay. Effectively all the health back anyway. Alright, so Emperilla is close to 51. Yeah, it's not looking like this is going to happen because then I have to train up, what's his name? Metalings as well. But then again, if this gym leader is what I think he might be, and that would be mountain themed, then he's probably got dragons and he's probably got ice types. Or he might just have fire types because, you know, if you have dragons, then, you know, the obvious thing to bring is another dragon or a fire type. Or not a fire type, an ice type. And then the way to counter that would to bring... Why did I not use Rock Slide on this guy? I'm getting lost in my own stupid thoughts here. Anyway, my point is Metalings might not be great for this gym. I don't know. But we shall see. I wish that bug that sometimes makes your Pokemon not level up when they should is fixed. I don't think it's actually a bug, because when, or at least earlier in the stream, I did check how much EXP they needed, and it wasn't like it wasn't the amount I was actually gaining. Or maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it is a bug, or maybe it's a visual bug, or maybe I just didn't gain any EXP for that battle for some reason. Yeah, maybe it is a bug actually, now that I think about it. Because I would get like 800 or something, and it would be like, you don't level up? Huh. Yeah, I kind of wish that bug was fixed too. And hey, that gives me an excuse to use my rare candies. Wait a minute, I have rare candies. I don't need to, you know, I don't need to worry nearly as much about leveling up my Pokemon. Yeah, it does happen too often to be a coincidence. You know, next time that happens, I'm gonna check. Like, when I see my Pokemon getting close, I'm just gonna start checking after every battle. And we'll just see where we get with it. Once a coincidence, twice is bad luck, thrice is enemy action, or bad luck. Indeed. You hear that, Pokemon Uranium devs? You are the cause of my bad luck. And you're also the cause of me having a fun time playing this game, so keep it up, but fix it, please. Man, I just love how Fafur always uses Ice Shard. It gives me that slight attack boost, which is all I need to KO it. And get all my health back. That has been working out nice all day. All day, air day. Alright, Pokemon... Why did I check my Pokemon? That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to run around more. I mean, yeah, run around more. I'm losing my mind. I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and apparently that's as much as it takes for me to lose my mind. You know what? Actually, last night I was listening to the Wii Shop channel music for 40 minutes straight, and yeah, that has probably contributing to my insanity. Yeah, I guess we just use Thrash to finish him off then. You know, I used to think that one stage increase doubles your attack output. Now I'm not quite sure. Either that or it's a random variable of damage. Like, you know, sometimes your damage does something and sometimes it does a little bit more or less. You know, give or take a few points here and there. But, you know, I've had times where I raised my attack by a stage and I'm like, okay, I'll do twice as much damage as I was doing before. And then, when I would attack it, it's like, okay, well, it didn't, like, it almost seemed like it only did 50% more, not 100% more. Then again, 50% isn't really slight either, so... There really is no slight increase in attack when it comes to Pokemon. I think 50% is probably the least boost you can get, which would be because of Stab? Does Stab give you 50% or 100%? Pretty sure it only gives you 50%. And I don't know. I mean, I do, but I don't right now for some reason. Again, blame the Wii Shop channel music. And you might be wondering, why were you listening to... Okay, oh, I forgot to check. I get carried away, I'm sorry. 561. Alright, so we are going to level up next time. You know, if it's not a bug. If it's not a bug, or, well, not necessarily if it's not a bug, but we should level up after this battle. Will we? I don't know. But we should. Alright, yeah, Stab is 50%. I thought it was. Alright, Power Gem, thank you for not using a powerful attack against me. And what was 561? So anything over 500, really. Alright, and I did level up. Alright, I'll try to look for the next level. God dang it. I think I even said that in the episode where it was happening, that, you know, oh, well, next time I'll just check. And, I mean, it's just like, I say these things, I try to make these promises, and I never remember. I don't know why. I guess my short-term memory's not that great. I have a decent long-term memory. Short-term? I always thought my short-term memory was alright, but I guess it isn't. Or maybe it was until I started doing YouTube, and then I really saw, like, the true disaster that is my short-term memory. That could be it. I feel like YouTubers tend to forget a lot. And, you know, that could just be because they're recording and they have to focus on commentary. Or it could just be because they're forgetful people and they're finally realizing how forgetful they are because they get to hear, well, one, they get to hear themselves, and two, they get to hear other people comment on how forgetful they are. And I'm not saying you did that, but I'm just saying that that would be what would happen. I forget a thing, and even those comments aren't bad. I like to be reminded when I forget things. Because if I forget, it's gone. I'm probably never going to do it. Ever. If no one reminds me. So, please remind me, people. Check Bulbapedia. In one stage of an increase is 50% of its original increase. Of the original attack, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's about what I thought I saw in the health bars. So yeah, still not a slight increase. That is a pretty significant increase. Like right there. Ooh, that was bad. I gotta start using Drain Punch. I mean, I can't use him. Oh, the original stat. Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It wouldn't be the attack. You're not raising an individual attack's power. You're raising the power of your attack stat. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. Well, thank you for the tidbit of info. Thanks, Bulbapedia. Yeah, just punch all the bugs you see. Good job, Emperilla. I mean, Pokemon is a very complicated game. You know, people look at it and they're like, oh yeah, it's just that little kid's game. You catch the things, you fight the things. Oh, you know, I'm gonna teach my Charizard Blast Burn, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, and Fire Spin. That's a great moveset. And then, you know, you just teach it all attacks. They're all fire attacks, so they must be good. You know, I'm not saying this of anyone in particular, it's just, I find often that people underestimate how complicated Pokemon is, because even beyond just having a strategic moveset, you have to do physical and special attacks, you gotta do stab, you gotta do your type advantages and weaknesses and strengths, and you gotta do your EVs when you train your Pokemon to be competitive, and you want them to be born with good IVs so that, you know, they can get the most out of their stats. You want them to have a good nature to give them that extra edge in a particular stat. I mean, it's just so complicated. It really is. And, you know, I'm saying that's still not understanding a whole lot of what's going on. You know, I get at least the basics of most of these things, but, you know, it is a complicated beast of a game. And I kind of love how they did that, because, I mean, well, actually, technically, back then it was more complicated, just because it didn't make any sense. But I am happy that it is a complicated game and, you know, allows me to think strategically and critically. I never actually knew EVs or IVs were a thing until I saw them on the wiki. Yeah, I didn't really know what they were until, like, I was on the Nintendo Insider forums back in the day, like a long time ago. It was like right before Gen 4 came out. And, you know, people were talking about EVs and IVs when they were posting their Pokemon's movesets and stuff. And I'm like, what are these? And then that's how I found out about them, so, yeah. I tend to ignore them because they're so hard to check in the actual game. Well, they are making that a lot easier now. At least they did in the 6th gen, so I'm happy they did that. In Pokemon Uranium, they were literally right there for you, but, yeah, they are really hard to check in the actual game, so, like, when you train your Pokemon in a certain way, like, I always write it down, like, how many EVs I have after the end of each battle. Like, I'll keep tallies. I'm like, okay, this Pokemon gives these EVs, I'm going to be grinding off of them, you know, plus I have Pokerus, plus I have a Macho Brace, so, you know, gain a little bit more, and then, you know, I always math that out. I never leave that in my head, or, you know, just leave it to the game. It's such an easy thing to accidentally mess up. So, yeah, that is that. But actually, in the beginning games, they were even more complicated because they had this weird hidden formula in the game that like made no sense. And actually, I found out that in Pokemon Yellow because, well, I'm playing Pokemon Yellow on the Virtual Console, so I was looking up things about it, but there are actually points in the game where Great Balls are more effective than Ultra Balls. I don't remember exactly what that was for. I think that's like for lower level Pokemon, that Great Balls are better than Ultra Balls, but for Legendaries, Ultra Balls are better than Great Balls, and that has to do with like the catch rate and like this random chance formula that goes into catching a Pokemon, as well as each Pokeball had a modifier that affected how you would catch each type of Pokemon. And please don't tell me I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Alright, yeah, I just have to wait for it to kill itself. I'll be fine. Except when I was creating a bunch of Pikachu because I wanted one with a light ball. I ended up with a bunch, so I just leveled them up to the same level and checked which had the highest special attack. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like racing Pikachus. I mean, you know, you don't think of them being good competitively. And I actually, there was like this event Pikachu that had Surf in Pokemon Battle Revolution, I think. And I ended up EV training it, but I evolved it into a Raichu instead of keeping it like a Pikachu with the light ball. So I think I kind of messed that one up. Although it turned out still good anyway. I had a surfing Raichu and no one knew what to do against it. They're like, what? Thanks for the health, BlackIce. That was a strange move. I'm just waiting for it to use Memento, because I can't switch out. I don't want to catch another one, and I don't want to lose the battle. So hopefully I won't lose the battle. He's not using Memento left yet, so... Wait a minute. I just had a nuclear struggle. Oh, okay. Well, now I know what that does. Alright, actually, what is your EXP at? You're halfway to 54. How are you doing a Shouten? You're, like, just into 53. How's Metalink's doing? Halfway to 51. How's Garlic Kid doing? How's Kimikonda doing? Yeah. I'm gonna use some rare candies here, just because I can. Where are they? I had 3 saved up, so I'll use them on Garlic Kid, and then I'll use 2 for a Shouten, just because I can. And then we'll try to level up Emperilla. I used my last rare candy, oh no! So, I'm going to switch Metalinks to the front. And, yeah, just to train up Metalinks while we go and heal up our Pokemon back at the Pokemon Center. But, yeah, I can't actually find myself. Yeah, they are definitely victim of the too good to use syndrome. I don't know why I had them saved up. And, like, originally I was like, okay, if it's going to evolve after one level, I'll use it. But then I'm like, okay, I don't know when, like, any of the Pokemon are going to evolve, so I just ended up saving them, but... Hey, now's a good time to use them. They're not really grindy, but hey, it gets the job done. And I remember I was actually, like a long time ago, I used to think rare candies were like the devil. Because, I mean, yeah, you could just level up your Pokemon to a level 100 if you cheat in a bunch of rare candies or whatever. But if you train it up regular, you get EVs, so it's stronger. But... you know, if you do your EV training and then use a bunch of rare candies, it's just the same as training it up normally. Except faster and much less crazy. But that is a story for another day. I don't know what I was actually going to say, so... I'm just gonna go around these guys, heal up, and... Oh yeah, I remember you. You're a little jerk guy, so I'm gonna Iron Tail you in the head. Take that. Dang, ice types. I keep forgetting Metalinks is part steel type. I'm like, oh, Metalinks is not going to be good against these guys. Has Iron Tail. And Hone Claws if I need the accuracy buff that bad, which I probably don't. And I keep running into that wall. I have really fast footsteps. Yeah, I get too good to use Syndrome in a lot of games, for a lot of items, for all the wrong reasons. It's good, use it. I need to tell myself that so much, and and never follow my own advice. Alright, so we'll send Emperilla to the front, and I'm just going to double check he still has the lucky egg. Or no, not item, summary. Yes, he does. Alright, we'll get Emperilla to 55, and then half my team will be at 55, and Kimikonda is going to be really easy to level up here. And Garakid too, to an extent. I mean, he's got Mach Punch. He can just punch the ice types. So I might have to just knock out the remainder of the grinding off camera. We'll see though. Hufflepuff actually has a branched evolution. Oh, that's really cool. With a higher attack, it becomes an Andorind. With higher defense, it becomes an Alpico. Oh, that's really neat. I didn't know that. I like branched evolutions. I think they don't really do that enough in Pokemon. Maybe they do it just the right amount. I don't know. Maybe other people don't like them. I always thought they were pretty cool because it's like, depending on how you raise it, it's going to be different. Yeah, Repel. There we go. Because the Pokemon in this grass are a waste of time. Oh, dang it. I had to go one step over, and I would have been fine. There we go. Like, I think my favorite branch evolution would be the Tyrogue family. I mean, you have Tyrogue, and when you have like when your attack is higher than your defense, you get Hitmonlee, and when your defense is higher than your attack, you get Hitmonchan, and then when they're equal, I don't know if they have to be exactly equal or about equal, you get Hitmontop. I always thought that was really cool, and then I was always like, oh, why did I switch Metal Links to the front? Did it just... Wait, did I not heal my Pokemon? What did I do? I have confused myself. Alright, what are we doing here? What do we got going on? No, I just switched Metal Links to the front for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I have the Lucky Egg and Emperilla. I want Emperilla to use it. But yeah, I always thought that would make it really hard to get Hitmontop because I didn't know if they had to be exactly equal or like if it checks your stat or your EVs. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm still not sure. Hitmontop is a strange Pokemon. I mean, I don't even think it's a great Pokemon. I just like it because it's cool. I remember when it was introduced, I'm like, alright, well, I want Hitmontop. He's really cool. I did that in the way back. Yeah. Yeah, I did that intentionally at first. Like, I did want Metal Links to be the front of the party for the way back, just to take care of any wild Pokemon we happen to run into. But, yeah. My intention was to switch Emperilla back to the front after, getting back from the Pokemon Center. And I guess I forgot. Hitmontop and Gurren Lagann. I'd never watched that anime. I heard it was good, though. Remember, a long time ago, my friend tried to get me to watch it, and I'm like, I watch Naruto, I don't need your Gurren Lagann. And, yeah, so I watched Naruto instead. And I'm okay with that, you know, I enjoyed Naruto, it was pretty fun. One of the Pokemon that Ash had to face in the gym battle in Ashes of the Past. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that episode. Haven't watched it either. That's fine. You know, oddly enough, I saw a Super Mario Maker level apparently based on that anime. I have no idea how it was based on the anime, but it was in Super Mario Maker, and I'm just like, okay. Well, I guess that's cool. I mean, it was a nice level. But yeah, I really didn't know what was going on in it. Not an episode, it's a fanfiction. Oh. Okay, well that explains why I haven't seen it. Or don't remember seeing it. But yeah, I haven't heard of that. Now I wonder, how many Pokemon fanfics are there? Probably a lot. Top follows, favorites, and reviews on fanfiction. Okay. Well, I guess it must be pretty good then. Then again, the only thing I know about fanfiction is what was taught to me from Jello Apocalypse in the video oh, I think it was like fanfiction.net. It was like something like that, like guide to fanfiction.net. I highly, highly recommend that video. It's hilarious. I'll have to find it sometime. And again, I don't know why I'm not using Rock Slide in those guys. I'm just tapping away at the, well, in my case, it's the C button. Because, obviously, keyboard things. Well, I guess not obviously. You could play this game with the controller if you wanted to. But I don't want to, because I can do it just fine on my keyboard. Although, to be fair, it might feel more natural on a controller. That's okay, I don't care. I get around just fine like this, thank you very much. Alright, let's hope for some... Oh, not you. I was gonna say, let's hope for some big EXP Pokemon. Then we got Kolarva, and then everyone was sad. And then he got flattened by a bunch of rocks, and was never heard from again, the end. Yeah, 643. That's like nothing. There are 86.4 thousand Pokemon stories on fanfiction.net. I don't know if that's counting crossovers. Wow. That's a lot. I mean, yeah, I guess to be fair, that's still more than I expected, even given the popularity of fanfiction. Most of them are Ash with random person porn. Oh. Well, okay. I mean, I get the shipping. I don't understand that. Is this despite fanfiction not having zero tolerance policy for that stuff? Yeah, well, that's what they tell you. That's what they tell you to, you know, when everyone's looking, it makes them look good. They'll say that every time they're asked about it. But when it comes to enforcing it, there's where they get you, kind of. Well, it's not really where they get you, it's just, you know, sometimes the enforcement is a little spotty or inconsistent. Flaky, other such words. Flaky's kind of a weird word for inconsistent. I always thought it was. It still is. Taking down loads of stories that had a bit of a sweep a few years back. Oh, okay. Well, at least at one point they cared. And again, I should use not assurance against this guy. But I keep thinking, oh, he's Kolarva, you know, he's just a little bug. I don't need to waste a Rock Slide on him. I kind of do if I want this to go faster. You know, I'm just going to heal up just because I can. 5 Hyper Potions. Yeah, I was down to less than half health, so I'm fine with healing up in that case. I don't like how this cave is dark, though. You know, as much as it really doesn't bother me, I would like to see where I'm going. But if you think 64k is impressive, Harry Potter has 740k stories. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more impressive. I don't know, is Pokemon more popular than Harry Potter? I feel like Harry Potter might be more popular. So maybe that's why. I mean, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but although a good chunk of it is actually just romance, not strictly porn. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what I get. Like, you know, everyone wants to ship people with everyone else, and it's like, man, they should totally get together. I don't know. I can't get into that mindset, I guess. I mean, I just, you know, when it comes to media, I just consume it, then leave. I don't usually think about or wonder about, you know, oh, it should be this way, or, you know, what would it be like if it was like this? And that's just because I'm not, like, that type of creative person. Like, you know, I mean, that's something, like, I would guess, like, well, you know, despite having to actually write fan fiction, just, it's like the mind of a writer exploring the other character dynamics of a certain piece of media. I usually just watch it and leave, you know? You know, if it's a movie or whatever, if it's a book, then, you know, I guess I'll have to read that. Watching a book's not very productive. Probably doesn't help that Ash is always portrayed as a 10-year-old, despite the fact he should be something like 16 by now. Oh, he should be way older than that by now. Well, I guess technically, yeah, 16. Well, actually, it depends. Or maybe not, because I think there's, what is it, I think there's like more than 360 episodes or 365 episodes in one of the seasons. I could be wrong. Or no, because I remember doing this calculation with my friend once. It's not that. It's that like some of the episodes span multiple days. That's a jerk move by Sableye there, by the way. Oh, now I have to use Rock Slide or nothing. I guess I'll use nothing then. Yeah, like some of the episodes span multiple days, and there's like hundreds per season or something. And it's I don't know. I think he should be older than 16, but maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure someone has done the math on it. If not, Game Theory has, or surely will at some point. Game Theory is all about that kind of stuff. But if you go by years that Pokemon has been around, I mean, Ash is older than me. He was 10 before I was 10. He's probably, like... See, when did the anime come out? Probably 1999 or something? Okay, so he was 10 in 1999. And that makes him, like... old. I don't know. I can't do the math right now. I mean, I can, it's... I don't know. Don't want, I guess? I don't know. But yes, that makes him old. Older than me. Actually, that's not much older than me. Now that I think about it, in 1999, I was 6. I was almost 10. I mean, I guess 6 isn't technically almost 10, but it's only 4 years away, so he's only like 4 years older than me, right? Yeah, so then in that case, he would be... How old am I? He'd be like 26. Okay, so... Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I guess about 26. Whatever. I'm not making any sense here. It's not exactly a year per season. Yeah, I could see that. Well, Saffroneth, writer of Ashes of the Past, decided he'd be about 16 by the time he reached Kalos. I don't remember if he actually calculated it or if it was just convenient. I'm gonna guess probably just convenient, but I don't know this guy. Maybe he's dedicated enough to calculate it. I wouldn't put that past him. Although I would like Game Theory to do an episode on that. I think that could be interesting. They could go into, like, how... Okay, actually, maybe it wouldn't be an interesting episode. All you are is doing time calculations. That'd probably be a terrible episode. Technically, according to the Word of God, he was exactly 10 years, 10 months, and 10 days old at the time of the episode. Oh, yes, of course. Oh. We're doing this again. Oh, man. Oh, I have Rock Slide. I can do that. Luckily, it was my last one. I had one left. Oh, wait. Emperil's level 55. I should stop training him up now. Sorry, Emperilla. You're all good. Switch you in, Metalinx comes in. Or switch you out, Metalinx comes in. Yeah, and we'll take your lucky egg. Pokemon anime is weird. I mean, a lot of people don't even consider it canon because, I mean, it kind of isn't, but it kind of is. I don't know. Because there's that other, like, anime thing where you have... Oh, did I accidentally not switch those items? I think I accidentally didn't switch those items. Yeah, okay. We'll do that then. Whoops. Like the Pokemon Origins or whatever. You know, some people might consider that canon, but I guess that's with the manga. I don't know. It's a whole big universe, is what I have to say about it all. Which, given that he has his 11th birthday in a later season, indicates that he does multiple episodes a day. So after that, did do the math on that one. Okay. Okay, that's interesting then. I didn't know he ever had an 11th birthday, even in the show. That might have been when I stopped watching it or something. I don't know. So he does age. He's not just 10. I thought he was an ageless wonder and was always 10. Alright, so, you know, that's kind of probably something that, is a common misconception, that Ash does age. So that's kind of, well, interesting. If they're all canon, then there are a lot of prodigy trainers coming from Pallet Town. That's true. Pallet Town is like a trainer factor. Oh, Meteor Mash. Oh my goodness, this might be better for us. We'll see. I think its accuracy is actually quite bad. 100 power, 75 for Iron Tail, 90 power, 90 accuracy for Meteor Mash. It may also raise the user's attack. May also lower the target's defense. I gotta go with Meteor Mash. I like it better. I like that it raises your attack, and I like that it's more accurate in exchange for being slightly less powerful. I mean, if you were to add the totals up between accuracy and attack, Meteor Mash would win. So that's why. Oh wait, he's suddenly 10 again in Kalos, or Unova, I don't remember which. Probably Unova. In my opinion, that's where the anime went all wrong. Of course, the first Meteor Mash misses. I want to say Kalos because I think it was something the new writers did because they wanted to get as close to starting over as they could. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, what the heck? Meteor Mash like hit twice or something. Yeah, and my attack stat rose. That's so useful right now. God dang it. Did I use my... Yeah, I used all my rare candies. Yeah, you know, I could see them doing that in Kalos. It would make sense. It would make a little bit less sense, because isn't there like some kind of love story going on in Kalos or something? Alright, I think Irontail might have been bugged to be 100% accurate, because I feel like it is way more accurate than Meteor Mash right now. Whatever, though. He's been acting perpetually 10, so it doesn't really matter either way. Yeah, I guess that's true. And you know what I really don't like is that he, like, unlearns all the things he's learned in his past adventures. Like, he's like, wait a minute, you mean grass type is weak against fire type? Wow, I shouldn't have used my Turtwig against this guy. Like, I don't like that he doesn't retain his knowledge. It would be really cool if he just built on his experience forever and just became one of the best trainers. I mean, he does retain some of his experience, but a lot of it's just gone, just so they can teach you how Pokemon works in the show. And I'm not a fan of that. It's distinctly one-sided, as I understand it. Yeah. It really is, actually. Or that's what I've heard anyway, I don't know. There was an IGN article, I clicked it because I'm like, what? This doesn't make sense. Ended up not being very interesting. Well, it makes sense they're trying to attract new viewers. Yeah, it definitely makes sense from that standpoint. I just wish they didn't do that. It's just my personal thing with the show, though. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. He just gets amnesia. I mean, obviously the not having all the same Pokemon part is fine. You know, if you'd want to go to a new region, you'd probably want a fresh start. You know, you'd take Pikachu, right? That's fine, that makes sense. But then it's just like, I don't know how Pokemon works anymore. Also, my Pikachu's now level 10, even though he should be level 100 a few times over. But then again, that wouldn't be fair. He'd win every gym battle. Let's face it, if they actually had Ash settle down with the girl, wherever their base would probably be put under siege. Oh yeah, that much is for sure. That will never happen. Well, I can't say that with certainty, but... Well, I can't say that with 100% certainty, I should say. But that will most likely never happen. I'm going to use Leaf Blade here. Alright, that takes out Link Eye just fine. 52, we're getting there. Getting close to 55 on Metalinks. I'll probably just top off Metalinks and then end the stream. Something like that. I do want to Meteor Mash these ice types, though. If it happens, it'll be if the show is about to put to a stop. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. That is true, too. For whatever reason, though, I just can't see that happening. It's not too unrealistic, it's just I can't see it happening. Oh, I'm so lucky that Grass-type attack was critical hit. I still think it wouldn't happen, though. They would end the show with him going home to his mom, and then it's like, okay, well, you were gone for an entire day. Now what do we do for dinner? And it'll be like a time paradox mystery. Or maybe the Ash Coma theme will be confirmed. It probably won't be, though. This is not going to be a very effective attack. Oh, never mind, that was just fine. Glad these bug types are weak for now. I don't like the Ash coma theory, though. It would be kind of dumb if he just woke up from a coma. Oh, it's just a dream from... The whole thing was a dream. Well, I mean, technically not the entire thing, but... I like to think his adventures are real. One of the things Saf does well in Ash is have Ash retain his skills without leaving him overpowered. Okay, that's good. This is by having everyone else get better, too. I mean, that makes sense. I kind of think that's how the anime should be. But they kind of can't do that because it's all new regions, and it wouldn't make sense for the regions to be better than other regions, you know, collectively. Yeah, I guess they really can't do that in the anime. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind that his Pokemon are not as powerful, or, you know, even the whole Pikachu leveling down thing. I can sort of live with that, because whatever. It's a Pikachu. You can't defeat everything, but... You know, I still think he should retain his battling skills. The universe just gets better as a whole. Yeah, pretty much. But one of the new viewers! There's a reason for this that was discussed in the thread, but it probably counts as a spoiler. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Alright, I forgot this guy gets healed by hail. And these battles are taking too long. I'll probably just top him off to 53, not 55, because if I go to 55, it'll take another half hour at this rate. Maybe not literally, but... And I'm running out of potions, too. I really didn't need to use one there, but... yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that wasn't a very great move. There's a reason for this that was discussed in... Oh, wait, I already said that comment. What am I doing? Now I'm really losing it. I really have been streaming for too long. And with only one break, nonetheless. I gotta remember to cut that out of the thing for when I put it on YouTube. Oh, and he's got acid armor now, so I gotta really hope for a crit. Come on, Leaf Blade. Crit. Nope. Well, Ash's Pikachu had an accident with the Thunderstone, and now has a Raichu's cheek pouches, which translate into him having their special attack. Hey, that's interesting. I mean, that's something they could do in Pokemon. I mean, they wouldn't, but they probably could. This is definitely interesting. Yeah, I'm not getting any crits here. I hate this guy and his acid armor. Oh, come on. I can't... I have to finish him off with Leaf Seed now. Given that he can also use a Light Ball, he ends up having... only one of the Mega Mewtwo's having more special attack. Wow. Hey, makes sense though. It's how it works. Well, I actually have to go back. I don't have any attacks for Metalinks. I can't do the whole training from just switching out. But I think I'm like close enough where on my way back, if I encounter anything, that I'll be able to switch out and hopefully have Metalinks level up. I don't know why I'm walking. I want to run because even if I run through the grass like this... Oh, I went the wrong way too. Dang it. Alright, you know, then I'll find a Pokemon. And he's had an ability that lets him zap ground types. Yeah, that's actually canon. He was able to defeat Onix. Although, yeah, Onix is rock ground, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I hope. I don't know. He defeated a Geodude, and Geodude's definitely rock ground. Oh, what am I doing? I need to switch out. Take down whatever he missed. Tentatively named Zappy until the forum thinks of something better. And I'm going to switch to Garlickid because, I don't know, Garlickid's just the next guy that needs to be trained. Alright, and then we're going to do a Mach Punch when this is all said and done. Oh, he heals too. Dang it. Alright, I think my Leech Seed cancels that out. It's at least close. We'll use Mach Punch. And that'll probably finish him off. Yeah, there we go. Were there any Rock-type Pokemon in 1st Gen that weren't also Ground types? I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. Wait a minute, what's over there? Wait, I never saw this before, I think. No, I didn't see this before. I found a nugget. Alright, there's more money. Cool. Didn't see that coming. All I used to do was solve the puzzle. Oh no, I just did it wrong. I think the writers for the show just don't understand the type chart very well. Or at least didn't then. Yeah, maybe. Well, I think he only had like Ash and... Or not Ash. Yes, Ash had an Ash-type Pokemon. I think he only had like Pikachu and... I don't know. Metapod, maybe? Did he have Metapod back then? No, he had Pidgeotto. Yeah, and, you know, I couldn't see a Pidgeotto defeating an Onix. Even in the anime. I think it had to be his Pikachu, his flagship Pokemon. So, whether or not they understood the type chart, I think they just did that for better writing. Or a better story, I should say. Not necessarily better writing. I mean, it kind of worked. It always confused the hell out of me when I played Yellow version, but it kind of worked. Oh, he had Butterfree too, okay. Yeah, I still couldn't see Butterfree taking out Onix either. Although it would be probably a little bit more likely than Pidgeotto, except for the fact that it's a 4X weakness. It just has a lot of utility moves that could probably do the job. I still didn't level up Metalynx, which kind of bothers me. Alright, but I'm going to heal up my Pokemon. I'm going to end the stream in a little bit. It effectively ended up preventing Lightning Rod before abilities were actually a thing. Yeah, that's kind of true, actually. So, hats off to the anime writers. Alright, so here's our team so far. It's looking good. Looking very good. I'm actually going to put Shouten there. We have Metalynx at level 52, Garlickid at level 52, Kimikonda still at level 53, a Shouten all the way up to 55, Emperilla all the way up to 55, and Rudolph all the way up to 55. I think off camera I'm going to end up just doing the rest of the grinding, only because I don't have a whole lot of, you know, extra time today to do it. Otherwise I would. But yeah, we're really close anyway. So it wouldn't take too much longer, and I feel like I could easily go over the changes and other such things before I start the next episode. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. We're almost there, almost ready to take on the gym, and I have to save my game or else this whole thing would be a waste of time, which would kind of suck. So that's gonna do it for me for today, so thank you all so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for stopping by. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.